I am putting Orleans, Massachusetts on the map. And we also need to be keeping an eye out for Hyannis, Massachusetts. I have had 2 child trafficking dreams pertaining to Orleans, Massachusetts. So that's why it's going on the map. On March 27th, I had another child trafficking dream. This was after the one I had 2 weeks ago. Anyways, I was outside of the projects in Hyannis, Massachusetts, and there was a black family in a car, just enjoying the fried chicken, eating good, enjoying their way of life. Now, this family consisted of an older mother who was in her 40s or 50s, a younger daughter who was in her 20s or 30s, and this daughter had 2 young females in their teens. Now, I don't mean to sound racist. I'm half black. I enjoy my fried chicken. But God told me that these people are going to be a target. People like them are going to be a target for child trafficking. It pissed me off. Poor low-income families who are just enjoying their way of life are going to be targets. That was the first part of my dream. In the second part of my dream, I was in the mall with a young boy who very much resembled my young son. So I am no longer going to put my kids on YouTube. I'm taking all my videos off because of that. And anyways, this young boy was lured in my dream by 2 young white girls who had long blonde hair, blue eyes, and they lured him away from his parents, right? They challenged him, I bet you can't do this, I bet you can't do that. And God let me know that child traffickers are going to use young children to lure other children away from their parents if they're not doing that already. Very, very evil. Extremely evil. You know how young kids are automatically wanting to play with other kids, right? It's innocent. This is an evil tactic. Evil. But do these child traffickers care? Of course not. But I care. I care. Other people like me care. So we're doing something about it. I need you, whoever's watching this, to pray that God bestows his discernment upon all the children every single day from this point forward. Pray for the children. Pray that the children have God's discernment all over the world. Here in America, all over the world. Do that. In the last part of my dream, I was driving to Orleans, Massachusetts. And this is the second time I had a dream about Orleans, Massachusetts in child trafficking. So I'm putting Orleans, Massachusetts on the map. On the map. I believe that there's a child trafficking ring in Orleans, or that there's a single child trafficker in Orleans who is affiliated with people who have lots of money, higher ups, politicians. Funny thing is, a couple years ago, my son's preschool teacher, Miss Jen Lindberg, I am putting Jen Lindberg, who works at Ezra Baker, on the map because she is known to call DCF, and that's who called DCF on us. Jen Lindberg at Ezra Baker, preschool teacher. Okay? Putting her on the map. Anyways, so after she called DCF on us, right, we had a guy named Hayden, I forget his last name, but we had a guy named Hayden come out and do an initial investigation, which he said that, due to his findings, he was going to further the investigation. They did the 3-month thing, the first investigation, very basic. But yes, I'm putting Hayden on the map too. Funny thing is, a few months ago, more like 8 or 9 months ago, I was at the Chocolate Sparrow in Orleans, Massachusetts. Chocolate Sparrow, Orleans, Massachusetts. Okay? And I walk in, I see Hayden there. As soon as Hayden sees me, he dips. He walks out. Shamed. Okay? So, Chocolate Sparrow, Orleans, Massachusetts. Hayden in the Chocolate Sparrow, Orleans, Massachusetts. All right, putting it on the map. Anyways, in the last part of my dream, I was driving to Orleans, Yes, this is the second dream I had about Orleans in 2 weeks' time. So I believe there's a child trafficking ring. Yeah, I already said that. I did see a DCF worker. I said that. Yes, so they are on my radar. Anyways, God showed me great white sharks trying to attack me on the way to Orleans in my dream. And I believe that he was saying that there's going to be, probably meant that, like, there's going to be, like, challenges that would try to challenge me or whatever. Or there was going to, maybe people would try to put obstacles in my way, but they weren't able to get to me. They wouldn't be able to get to me because I have God's protection. And he showed me while the great white sharks were trying to attack me, I was being guided by dolphins. So I believe that was God showing me that he is going to guide me on this journey. I am taking this journey. I am fighting child trafficking. And I believe God gave me Orleans as a location. Okay? So Orleans, you are on the map.